that. Illegal man downfield. And a nice first down play that they were able to get there. So Bama on the move a little bit, and they came out. And, Steve, they did exactly what we talked about before we left the air there in the first half. They got back to the run game.
Yep.
And that's kind of opened up a little bit of this play action. I'm Joel Klatt. This is Steve Owens. He is my head researcher during the fall. He's also Shannon Sharp's producer on Undisputed. He is the man, the myth, the legend. He's with me all night long. We got a cast of thousands. We've got both mascots in-house doing push-ups for every point scored.
Yep.
We got a lot going on right now, so it's going to be a fun second half here as Bama tries to cut into this lead. Connor is the tiger, and he's already super tired right now after doing a lot of push-ups.
Tired tiger over there.
That's a tired tiger over there, but he's
he's
ready.
a little sad.
Yeah,
he should be happy, but he's a little sad.
He's had a protein bar, and he's ready to go. Invite people in to watch. You're on YouTube, you're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Caffeine TV, any of those platforms. Invite your friends in. Make sure to be interactive. The more questions we get, the better. You can ask myself questions, Steve questions, anything that you want, and make sure to bring the snark as well. So here we go.
Wildcat again.
So every short yardage, they've done the Wildcat.
Yeah.
Do you remember what my point was every time Ohio State against Michigan went to the Wildcat with Tate Martell? It wasn't really the Wildcat. They brought Tate Martell into the game every time inside the 5, and what did they never do?
Never passed.
Never showed that they could throw the football.
Yep.
At some point, if you're going to keep doing this on short yardage, you've got to have a different option off of that, or else they're going to get stuffed on a short yardage like they just did right there once, and it's still a whole half of football to go. If that's your short yardage plan, you better have a pass off that.
Yeah, it's strange because they've run the ball fairly effectively. I mean, one thing that, we should note is that Clemson is probably the best run defense in the country.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. But they've run the ball fairly well. Right now, they're over 5 a carry right now in this game. But when they get in these real short yardage situations, they've kind of gotten a little gimmicky, and it hasn't worked terribly well. Now they got another 4th and 1.
All right, make sure to get your comments in, get your questions in. It can be schematic questions. It can be any questions. Really, I'll do my best. I know we're watching this game, and I don't want to take away from this game, but if you have questions about any, like your team, and then later in the show, I'm going to get to my way too early top 10 for next season. Wildcat again.
Yeah.
They're going to get stopped unless they have a throwing option.
It, right?
Second effort gets it for them. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. Am I not like, first of all, I can't watch football without a ball in my hands unless I'm broadcasting the game. Look at that. There is 9 guys up there. You can't block 9 guys. They are so lucky they got that first down. Second effort right there, and he finally got it. Jeez.
Putting a lot on the back, right? Like he's pretty much got to do that on his own.
That's all they've done in short yardage all night. All night long. Oh, play action fake to nobody. Tua or the back went the wrong way, one of the two, and everything after that was all weird. Watch this. The back goes right. Tua's expecting the fake on the left. Now he's got somebody right in his face right away. He's got to step way up. Oh, and then he got kind of hit low late.
Yeah, it did hit him in the hands.
All right, this bunch set, by the way, it's to break them out of man coverage. They've been playing a lot of man coverage. This helps you break the man coverage.
Oh.
I don't know why they're not running the ball more.
Feels like that's where they're heading.
Right?
You know?
Peanut gallery question.
What's up?
Surprised that Tua started the second half?
No, I'm not surprised at all. So there was some talk about Tua leash. Was it long? Is it long right now? Is it short? I think it's still long because they're having success offensively. It's not like they've been shut out and only had 3 points, and they're having success. He made a couple of really bad throws, bad reads.
Yep.
But here we go again. 3rd and short. They're in the Wildcat.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
they're barely getting it every time.
I'm beside myself right now. Why is Clemson defending the wide receivers when they're in the Wildcat? Can we talk about adjustments right now? When a team lines up in that formation 6 times or 7 times and does the exact same thing on all, like, be ready for that the next time. And they were out there like covering the wide receivers with deep safeties.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Jacobs hasn't thrown a pass all season, so that's not an option.
Jacobs has not thrown a pass all year. Oh, good to know. That's very good to know.
I mean,
man.
I mean, you look at the other guys, like the other running backs right now. Damian Harris averaging 6.5 a carry.
They're all
Najee Harris
averaging a
averaging
bunch.
7. Like this Clemson defense led the country, only allowing 2.4.
Oh,
per carry.
fumble!
It's a couple fumbles they've been able to jump on.
They have, but they are -2 in the turnover ratio right now. You're exactly right, by the way, about the yards rushing. All their rushers have been really good. What do we think? Ooh. Kirk calling for a replay. Don't disagree.
There we go.
Oh, I love these exclusive looks. Here we go. Exclusive look for, what is this?
You big Marvel guy?
I'm not really. I wasn't into comics really all that much. Here, while we do have a moment, though, our own Dean Blandino is on site. He's at the National Championship game, and he gave us a nice little video at halftime. So let's go check with Dean, and he'll talk a little bit about the officiating and what's been going on tonight.
Dean Blandino here at halftime of the National Championship game. And what a first half it was. 21 points before we could settle into our seats. And Clemson with a 31-16 lead. Pretty clean half of officiating. Mike Cannon and this Big Ten crew did a really nice job. Only 5 fouls called, and they kept the game under control. And there was really nothing that jumped out as a missed call. Now, this is a mixed crew, meaning they have not worked together as a whole this year. But there are some officials that have worked together. The referee and the replay official worked together all year. The center judge and the line judge worked together all year. And the back judge and the head linesman worked together. And I know if we have another clean half of officiating, the Big Ten will be very happy. Back to you, Joel.
Jim Krimmerling's from the Big Ten. He has been working with Mike Cannon, the referee, all season long. So there we go. I wish that they would stop reviewing this, but I get it. Like, yards are important. You know what I mean?
Yeah. These ones feel a little unnecessary because we're arguing over a yard or two right now, but
we're going to have a little
it could
pizza,
matter.
by the way. You want a little pizza?
love a little pizza.
Because it's really not football
That's true.
without a little pizza, you know? Bama's got to start getting back to their running game. Got to start getting back. What's Tua do? Like, what are they per pass right now?
I mean, let's see. Look, Tua's on 176 yards on 22 throws. That's pretty good. It's just the picks. I mean,
16 to 22.
yeah.
I just feel like they keep losing momentum every time that they throw the ball.
Yeah.
You know, they get a couple of good runs, and then all of a sudden, like, something happens or they take a sack, you know, something along those lines.
We're still so early in the second
I
half.
know.
Like, there's not an urgency to run down the field right now. And if anything, like we talked about, like, it keeps the defense fresh, keep these drives going. We'll see what happens here in the second half. But
That's good pizza.
I mean, this was one of the big questions that I had coming in was whether Alabama could run the ball. I didn't think
They're
they'd
doing
be
it.
able to, and they're doing it.
They're doing it.
And they're still down right now. I don't think any of us saw Tua coming out and throwing picks like this.
How about that coverage?
All right. Now what do you do?
Bama fans praying for a call. That's rich. That is rich. That is rich. He didn't really turn him, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
he just kind of got there.
as Mike Pereira and Dean Blandino will say, like, it's not necessarily contact that draws a flag as much as you're impeding their ability to catch the ball.
Yep.
Is kind of the term used. And I don't think he impeded the ability to catch the ball. Oh, fake!
They were so ready for
Oh, and
Look
the
at the
holder broke
defense.
his leg.
this. Why? Like,
Oh, my goodness.
did they not realize what defense Clemson had out there? They were in like a base defense.
What are they doing? What is happening right now? We've seen now twice Bama do some things that would tell you that they don't feel like they can win the game straight up. They went for it on fourth down, inside their own territory, in the what?
Early second
quarter,
Yeah.
and then that. Yeah, there was linebackers. They literally called field goal safe, like
Yeah,
ready
exactly.
for a fake. Nick Saban, that was a bad call. Man,
Now run me through that scenario. Is that coming from Saban for sure, or can that be coming from elsewhere?
if it's not, someone just got fired. How about that's? It's got to come from the head coach. Got to. And it looked like he turned around and looked at the special teams coach, and the special teams coach was like explaining the defensive look, and it's like. And here's another part. If you're going to call a fake, you got to have the ability to get out of it. You got to teach,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Fail on this. This is
or
not,
you
it's
got to
not
call
there.
a timeout. That is such a fail, by the way, all the way around. No one calls timeout from the box, from, you know,
Right.
like, hey, no, guys.
It's not like they ran up to the line and hiked it. Like,
Oh, man. Do you think Bama fans are more stressed now, or were they more stressed during the SEC championship game last year? Or the national championship game last year? I don't think they're winning the game. Do you really think you can overcome 2 turnovers, a missed fake field goal, and not scoring a touchdown inside of your own 5?
against,
Inside of their 5?
I'd be more concerned if I'm Bama. Clemson shows no signs of slowing down.
None. None.
At
None.
least last year in the Georgia game, it was 13. They were down, I believe, at the half. But it was 13-0.
Yep.
It was like, okay, we've got Georgia somewhat in check. We're just not doing our part. They have no check on Clemson right now.
Totally agree. Totally agree. This is, I don't want to say it's like shocking, but this was considered one of Nick Saban's best teams as he's ever had, and they're getting beat up pretty bad.
Yeah.
And by the way, it actually, you do have to say, both of the last 2 national championships that Saban has won, he's had to pull rabbits out of his hat.
Yeah.
He had the fake kick
Right.
against Clemson. Last year, he had to put in a true freshman that didn't
Yep.
start all year. You know, so he had to make these bold moves to win a championship. I feel like he thinks that he's going to have to do that again, but that was a huge backfire there.
It's just been like just mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, like you look at the numbers right now, like Alabama's outgaining Clemson by about 80 yards right now.
But
But
look at the number of plays.
yeah, so we got plays right now. Alabama's run 22 more plays.
Wow.
Like they're moving the ball and then making a mistake. It's just Clemson's not making that mistake.
Clemson's gaining 7 yards per play right now. 6.9 yards per play. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm telling you what. This is why I just have to take a walk.
Here's the fake here. It looks like he's looking at the sideline there.
How is that the look that they wanted?
Ooh.
Yeah, let me lament something really quick. You're up 31-16. Your true freshman quarterback has played amazing. You got no backup because Kelly Bryant left the team. And they're running zone read early in the third quarter so the kid can break his leg and you can lose? Like, sometimes coaches are so stupid. I can't do it. It's like their Tuesday night prep, like, just influence them too much. Question here. Get your questions in. Get your questions in. We bring them in on a football. Here we go. Questions after this 3rd and 8. Oh.
He get hurt.
Bama player hurt himself. Touchdown. Oh, my gosh. Oh. This Clemson team is rolling the Tide.
What?
Roll Tide down the hill. Connor, 70 yards. You want to do a push-up for every yard or every point? All right, sit-ups for Connor. Connor is struggling a little bit, so we're going sit-ups for Connor. This is terrible because Bama player hurt himself.
Bad happened there.
Oh, do I want to see it?
We got one.
Do I want to?
That's not bad.
Oh, okay.
I'm the same way. I'm doing
I can't see it. What was that? 1?
3. The tiger clearly skips ab day.
I feel like you're shaking harder trying to do crunches than you were push-ups. This is so good. This has. Don't worry, Connor. No one's gonna make a meme out of this. This is incredible. This is incredible. I mean, look at what's happening right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. You're good. You're good, Connor. Way to go. Yay. Yay. We've been told that this has been a real highlight of the show, so we're going to keep doing this, but are you all right down there?
Good. All good.
All right. Woo, woo, he says, woo,
Get that tiger some water.
woo. How about that?
Man.
How about that? Trevor Lawrence says, can you deal with that?
Man.
Did this thing break? Am I still on? We're good. All right, the question came in.
Yep.
Remember, guys, get your questions in. Let's be as interactive as we can. If this gets out of hand, we've got a lot of things that we can talk about next year. We can talk about my best teams of all time, my favorite coaches of all time. So we've got a lot of stuff that we can. So stay here, stay tuned, and start getting your questions in because we can be very interactive here during the course of the night. All right, that fake field goal seemed like a desperation play as Bama playing scared. That comes from John on Facebook. I don't know if scared is the right word, but overwhelmed, I think, is the right word. Like, and listen, teams get this way, Steve, right?
Yeah.
Like, we see it every week. We see the point in time where the team feels like, oh, it's slipping away.
point, yeah.
And there's always something that happens, a desperate 3rd down throw, a desperate call from a coach, something like that. And it's like, you feel like the game is on the line on some of these calls, but that was an early time to be kind of putting the game on the line.
Yeah, scared doesn't feel like quite the right word. More panic.
Panicked.
Like, it's
That was a
just-
good word.
It's just,
Steve, this is why you are the content producer.
it's my words.
It's your words.
They pay me the mediocre bucks. Yeah, I mean, this looks like an Alabama team that is freaking out a little bit. Like, they've lost kind of their identity. They don't really know what to do. They march down the field, get to about the 30, 40-yard line, and kind of run out of answers.
Doesn't seem good.
It does not seem good.
Does not seem good.
You think Hurts is in play at all?
Well, what does he provide, right? Like, Tua is your passer. Mm-hmm. Is Hurts going to come in and start throwing?
Right.
No.
It's more of just a shakeup.
No.
Get a spark.
No. I would come out and try to run the ball right down their throat
Yeah.
and get my 23rd point.
Yeah.
So, folks, when you're talking about comebacks, right? This is a large deficit. You're down 21. 22. Wait, no, 21.
21 going into the
You're down 21.
extra point.
Comebacks are like, you have to build them. You know, it's almost like a puzzle, right? It's just a piece at a time.
Yeah.
You're never going to put a puzzle together right away, right?
Yep.
Comebacks are like puzzles. Oh, gosh. He doinked it. These freaking kickers. College kickers. All kickers. You know what I'm talking about, Chicago? Too soon?
Too soon.
No. Well,
soon.
listen, we got a Chicagoan in here. Any other Chicagoans? Is that how you say it?
Chicagoans?
Just you? Chicago?
Ooh.
If you would have had a regular-sized Ditka, he would have made the field goal. Oh, poor guy is just banged up, too. All right, so what I was saying about puzzles, piece at a time. A piece to me is a drive. You can only do it a drive at a time, offensively and defensively. So right now you are essentially, I would call it 6 puzzle pieces away, 5 puzzle pieces away from completing kind of this picture or this section of the picture. So all you can do is focus on that puzzle piece.
Okay.
So how do we have success in this drive? Well, we're running the ball for over 6 yards a carry. Why don't we do that? And then stick with a little bit of the play action and the easy throws. I think if they come out and try to, if you're trying to get all 5 puzzle pieces back right away, and you're trying to, hey, we got to throw it, we got to chuck it, I think you're playing right into the hands of Clemson.
We need a touchdown in 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of time.
Yeah. And just to give like a little bit of context, I think we got a question earlier about the biggest comebacks under Saban.
That's right.
Lately. So 13 against Georgia, big comeback, not the biggest that Saban's had. 2016 against Ole Miss, down 21, which, as I look at the scoreboard right now, a 21-point margin. So, if you're looking at the glass half full, half might be a little high, but there is a sliver
3/4 full?
of hope.
3/4 full?
I'm
Is the
gonna
glass
go-
3/4 full?
I'm gonna go a little
Bama
lower.
fans?
I'm gonna go a little lower.
Get your questions in, people. You can hit Steve and I on Twitter. I'm at Joel Klatt. Steve is at Steve Owens _here. Run game. What'd I tell you?
Yeah.
I would stick with it.
I mean, there's
If Loxley doesn't stick with this right now, I'm a nervous football watcher. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even like rooting for a team. This is just how I watch football. If he drops back and throws right here, I'm going to be pissed. I think it's going to throw the whole series off. Hand the ball off. Hand it off. Hand it off. Stupid. I don't care if it was successful. I feel like it's forced. That's fine. All right, that's good. That's good for them. I don't think time's a factor at all. At all.
No. There's plenty more drives left in this game.
And of course, now the run game doesn't work. Wait, what do I know? Not much, other than this pizza is good. I'd love to know right now how confident Clemson fans are. Like, is this a nervous time for Clemson? Is this drive like nervous time? Like, oh no, this is going too well.
I don't think so, because we've seen this all game, right? We've seen them get to about here, and this is where it kind of dies.
Ooh, wow. Wow. What are you going to do if you're the linebacker? Nothing. He's all over him.
Good play.
Amazing play.
They've got to stop. Remember when this game was 16-14?
I do remember that.
Feels like a while ago.
All right. Last time they were down here, they had to kick a field goal. Last red zone possession, this is when the drive halted. What's the adjustment? Single width formation here.
I mean,
Ooh, had him too. Had him.
how do you feel about that play call on 2nd and 4? Should they just keep killing them?
I think they should.
I mean, it's tough to say when he misses the throw there, but. Now
3rd and
now
4
you're
is
third
just
and
such a
4.
weird play call, I feel like. I would
Yeah.
so much rather it be 3rd and 3.
God, look at that time of possession.
Timeout.
98%. Feels about right.
For what?
Chance of winning.
Based on what? According to ESPN's whatever they call it, the power, whatever it is. They always put it up
No,
there.
I mean,
Hey, do you know
Bama
why?
scores a touchdown right here, and then all of a sudden.
Can I dispel the QBR stat real quick?
Sure.
You ready for that? Listen in. The QBR stat was an invention to try to make a certain player look better statistically than what he was. So a bunch of really smart guys got into a room and they found a way to create a formula that would spit out a number to make Tim Tebow look statistically like a better quarterback. That's a true story.
It seems to be very slanted towards running quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why you can a lot of times have quarterbacks, in particular in the NFL, where the running of the quarterback has virtually no effect on the win. You have a lot, and this is not a knock on Tim. This is what it is. This is the truth. I've heard this from guys that were in the room. That's a truism. I'm just telling you right now that was
Yeah, I think,
part of the deal.
it's
Not a knock on anybody. The
it's an
guy's
interesting
making the stat
concept.
or Tim. It was just they were trying to figure out a way because of him and his impact on the game as not a dominant passer.
Yeah.
What was his impact on the game then overall?
Yeah.
That
I mean,
was
it's-
not shade in any direction.
Yeah, it's
I'm
interesting,
getting a lot
like,
of weird looks.
a lot of, like,
Did
the-
that come off as shade?
No, we're all learning in this room today.
Hey, we're all learning. But I mean, yeah, like the knock on
true story.
passer rating has always been, well, it doesn't incorporate the running. And I
Correct.
agree. Like there should be some sort of way to incorporate that. If a guy runs for X amount of yards in a game, makes a huge difference. Like that should be incorporated somehow into a metric. But the other thing that's difficult is that they've never really released the formula.
That's the problem
Yeah.
too. A two-parter.
Yeah, because there's another Oklahoma, so I think let's just.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna read this one, and then you're gonna scream the other one. Great throw. Tell you what,
Thank you.
Tori's accuracy in the second half has been tremendous. It's like Tua last year. Halftime adjustments is what it's all about. Although she keeps taping over the actual question. Well, I'm just saying. Where will Hurts go next year? Oklahoma? Kyler says on Facebook. I do think that Hurts is going to transfer. I don't know where he's going. I don't think he is going to go to Oklahoma because they've got the number one recruit in the country, Spencer Rattler, coming in. They've liked Austin Kendall. I don't think that he wants to deal with that. He needs to go to a place that clearly needs a quarterback right now, and I don't think Oklahoma is the spot. Do you think Oklahoma's the spot?
No, it does not feel like the spot. I mean, yeah, no, like with Rattler there, I mean, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Third down, incomplete pass. To your point, it's 2nd and 4. They've not stopped the run all night.
Yeah.
They throw a pass, incomplete. Come back, have to throw it because it's 3rd and 4, and now that's 2 straight passes that he's just missed.
Now they've got to go for it on 4th again,
He's
probably.
just missed.
Again, what are they? 20-yard line, 15-yard line. This thing stalls again. Well,
He's going for it? All right. I'll tell you, this is the third desperate play of the game. Where are they going? Where's Judy? Top of the screen? Isn't that Judy, top of the screen?
yeah, we haven't heard a lot from Judy lately.
No.
Short.
Unreal. Unreal. Unbelievable. I think he missed Judy. Judy's coming on a crossing route. Look at him. See 4?
Yeah.
4 is wide open.
Yeah.
He's wide open. Tua is playing terrible full. He's right open right there. This is wild, man. I tell you what. This is crazy. This is who's rooting for Clemson over there? Okay, I see you. I see you. What was the second part of that OU question? How you feel about Oklahoma next year? Good.
That's all you got?
That's well. I mean, what do you want from me? They're really good.
Pretty good.
I like Alex Grinch a lot.
Hashtag analysis.
Their defense should be better. Their younger players on the defensive line should provide more pressure on the quarterback. In particular, what was his name? The defensive end, the freshman.
I'll think of it.
I can't think of his
you
name.
You would think Grinch coming in there, like, Oklahoma, it's not like they have no talent.
Right,
Like-
and Grinch was successful with Mike Leach on offense. You know, when he was at Washington State, I think that was a big reason why Lincoln went that direction.
Yeah.
And complete. Lawrence is flat out playing Tua. I got to tell you, Tua's numbers
good.
aren't terrible,
Yep.
but how many just like misses has he had in
Yeah.
big moments? He's thrown the 2 picks. One was a pick 6. Look at this ball from Lawrence. That's a big time throw. Back shoulder fade
Yep.
from a freshman on a far hash. What? Folks, that's really good, man. That's top level stuff. The NFL is drooling over this kid already. He will be the number 1 pick in 2 years, obviously not next year. It's like the exact opposite. It's like Clemson's having a hard time running the football, but Trevor at least has got the last 3 series, whereas Bama, all they can do is run, and they keep trying to let Tua throw the ball.
Yeah, to the point Clemson averaging 2 yards a carry tonight, and they scored 37 points.
That's wild. So that's 2 red zone trips, 3 points in those 2 red zone trips for Bama. They've thrown a pick 6, thrown another. They're down 2 in the turnover. They're not winning, man. They're not coming back in this game.
And they're showing no signs of being able to stop
None.
Clemson. I mean, he's going to keep throwing it. Big third down here.
3rd and 13, up 21. Let me tell you what you cannot do. You cannot throw a pick here if you're Trevor Lawrence. This is when young players don't quite understand the situation, right, or the magnitude of the situation. I am telling you, a punt after this play is a good play. It's a good play.
Yep.
The last thing you want to do is provide them a spark, a pick 6, a short field. Do not throw an interception. Oh, wow. Are you kidding me right now? This throw is a dime. Oh! Oh!
What does Trevor Lawrence remind you of as a quarterback?
I mean, all of the best ones.
The good ones.
Like, unbelievable. He's got a little bit of Goff in him. He's got...
Yes, he does have like a little, he looks like Goff a little, like frame-wise.
Yeah. But I think he's better than what Jared was in college, in particular as a young player. This guy's playing for 2 more years in college, right? Like, there are... I talked with 2 NFL scouts this last week that said if he was out this year, he'd be the number 1 pick. This year.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Which is just asinine that
Yeah.
the dumb rules keep him in college for 2 more years. So I'm just hoping he doesn't get hurt. I think he's going to be one of the huge catalysts. He might Nick Bosa it
You think?
in 2 years.
Wow.
He's going to be a huge catalyst in this whole debate about like compensation and
Little trip.
oh.
Turnover.
Get that
Uh-oh,
chain. Get that
uh-oh,
chain.
uh-oh, look at the mascots. They're going for their heads right now. Hold on. Hold on.
It's time.
Hold on. He was reaching. Let's see officially. Can we get a replay, please? Goodness.
Look down to me. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even
He's
close.
down. This is not even. Heads off. Heads off, mascots.
Stand down.
Relax. Stand down, turnover chain.
Oh, no, it's just a chain.
Yeah, it's just a chain now. Connor got a little excited on the first play of the game. Snapped it over his huge head. Head down in front. A lot of the young kids don't even know what that's from.
Is that a Austin Powers reference?
So I married an axe murderer? Oh my God.
Joel, what do you think about our question?
Let's do it.
All right.
Question.
I didn't tape over the words.
I love it. Nice.
Open to feedback.
It's been a tough night on Tori.
Read it and send it back.
Yeah, that's a true point. Is it just me, or is this a poorly coached game by Bama? Dave says on Facebook. I agree with that.
Fair.
I think that's
pretty fair.
totally fair.
Yeah.
They haven't had a change up in the short yardage in the Wildcat.
Yep.
The fake field goal was a terrible call.
Yep.
They've gone for it twice on fourth down, and I don't know if I agreed with either of them. Maybe the second one I agreed with a little bit more. They
Right.
don't have an answer for the pressure package from Clemson. Tua is not recognizing anything. That's a game plan type of a deal. And right now, the play calling in game is not featuring the only thing that they're being successful with which is running the football.
Yeah.
This is as poorly a coached game as I've seen from Bama in forever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. And it seems so out of character to see them like this. To your point about the plays, last 5 drives, goose egg for Bama.
No points.
No points in the last 5 drives
That's got to be the longest stretch of drives that they haven't had points
this
all
year,
year.
with Tua in there.
All right, 3rd down and 9. 3rd down and 9.
Alabama
What am I
scored.
calling?
Alabama scored their last point less than a minute into the second quarter.
That's crazy.
Like, we're almost 2 full quarters without a point from them.
Is there like a drive chart for them for the entire series season? 5 in a row has got to be the most that they've ever gone
It's got to be high.
this year.
Yeah. Especially with Tua at quarterback. Maybe
Right.
once they yanked Tua from
Yeah,
the game.
that's a good point. All right, 3rd and 9. Where's he going with this? Blitz. Blitz. Oh!
These dudes are making plays.
That is not a great throw. That's just a ridiculous catch. Oh my gosh!
Ooh.
By the way, Trevor Lawrence makes that play on 3rd down, throws it, and just hopes it's going to be good enough for us to have a chance.
What? That kid's a freshman too.
Man.
Real quick, look at the top 2 next year. Bama and Clemson. Bama Clemson 5 next year from wherever the championship game is at. That was a sick catch. Oh! I mean, can we stop talking about the throw? Kirk, I love you, but my goodness, it's 4 yards behind him. He dealt with a little love tap on the cheek, and then he sees a war daddy out there. Watch this. I mean, stop replaying the quarterback. This is. Can we watch the catch? Thank you. Over the corner, one-handed, never puts another hand on the ball, and we're just fawning over the throw? What are we doing? Should I stop? Should I stop?
You're okay.
It's a,
The catch was.
I mean, it wasn't even like a big hit. He didn't even go down.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a worse hit.
One word for that catch.
The worst execution on the play was the quarterback. Let's stop replaying the quarterback and his love tap to his cheek. He threw it 4 yards behind the kid, Ross, who makes.
I mean, that's 2 in a row.
Stupendous. I don't even have a word. Sick. Whatever the kids are calling it. What are they calling it these days? You're all
Lit?
younger than I am.
Would you describe that as
that catch
lit?
was lit, bro.
Silky mitts.
Silky, man.
Silky.
Yo. I don't know. I mean, whatever you guys say these days, while you're vaping or whatever it is you do,
Burning.
whatever you guys do. I did not like that sequence of broadcast, though. Fair, right?
I mean, we're on the verge of a knockout right now.
yeah,
right?
this is like, I feel like they're getting a standing 8 count right now. Bama.
Yep. I mean, one thing I'll say is that the defense over the last few weeks has not been great.
No, they haven't.
Oklahoma got things going. Georgia moved the ball pretty well on them.
Hey, by the way, this is not a good look for the SEC. Your second place team that you thought absolutely deserved a spot in the playoff got drilled by Texas, and your bell cow that y'all ride on the back of their coattails for a decade because the rest of your league I think is trash, is getting run in the national championship. I'm just telling you, it's not a good look for the SEC tonight. You can say all you want. Oh, well, hey, man, at least whoever beat Purdue by a lot, great. Who was that who beat Purdue by a bunch? I know Missouri lost to Oklahoma State. Was it Vandy?
No, it was, gosh, who was it? It was,
They just ran the quarterback again. Okay.
Auburn.
I got to get.
Auburn got
yeah,
him.
that's right. Auburn. Way to go, Gus. 8-5 again. Why are they running the quarterback right now? At Joel Klatt, you can at me. I said it. This is terrible for the SEC. Absolutely terrible for the SEC. Your top 2 teams are going to lose. I think I might have to retract my tweet from last week, which called you the best conference in the country. What, right? At this point,
I mean,
you might have to.
It's been a bad week. Georgia getting run by Texas.
It just goes to show you. Oh!
With a late hit. Maybe get your late hit replay. Oh. Hey, remember when we were...
This is going to turn into a Trevor Lawrence, love fest.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta thank you for that. I was
Yep.
thinking about something else. But these wide receivers are making ridiculous catches right now.
I'll say it again. Remember when it was 16-14?
Yes. On the kickoff he's talking about. So this is on Alabama. Touchdown.
Yeah, I think
Personal
it's
foul.
Late hit.
All right, what are we going to make Connor do 44 times?
Jumping jacks.
Jumping
man.
jacks,
Poor
for
guy.
sure. Actually, what's going to be the funniest thing on the internet? What are people going to just, die over? Do we have a shake weight in the building?
We got a kettlebell. We got a kettlebell.
Can you do the worm?
Boom. Got it.
Kettle swings.
Got it. Kettle swings.
Oh God, can you not swing?
Kettle swings.
Get that form right.
Yeah, you're going to have to get the kettlebell swings. Here we go. 43 with the gorilla. Here, now, do not hit the TV. Okay, do not hit the TV. Don't hit that thing. Yeah, this is, you got 44 kettlebell swings. Now, you got to get it, and then I want the kettlebell, I want it vertical. Arms vertical. All right, vertical kettlebell swings from the Tiger. Here we go. 44 of them. Come on, that's terrible.
Oh.
What is happening?
He is
What
not gonna get
is
anywhere near that
happening
44.
right now?
Oh.
Come on, come on. I mean,
Two.
like a quick squat. Do you know how to use power? Use your hips. Oh no, you got to. No, you go straight.
You gotta use the hips.
Yeah, what is it? What is this boot camp?
It's all in the hips, man.
Tori, can we get some hips in there? Timeout.
Joel's gonna show him how to
You go low.
I'm gonna do a kettlebell swing. First of all, you gotta get the weight behind you, and then see from here, you got your back flat, and then it's all about hip explosion. You gotta get it right in the hip. So you gotta get back like that. See? And then see?
Pretty good.
You get it up there like that. Hips?
Give Joel the mascot.
You get the reps that Joel just did too, so take
Yeah.
this off.
Yeah,
Oh God. Right at us.
All right, it's done. It's done. It's done, Connor. That's all right. It's all right. Good try. The tiger on TV's still going, by the way. Oh man.
oh, he is going.
Oh man. Oh man.
Stop the fight right now.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Greg Sankey, throw the towel in. Throw the towel. Throw the damn towel, Greg. Greg Sankey, you're the commissioner of the best conference in ever lived. Throw the towel. This is hilarious. I gotta say, one of our digital executives named Michael Buckland, he's a Georgia fan, huge SEC honk, just eating it right now. Eat it, Buck. Live. In fact, let's find his Twitter handle and get everyone to send some stuff out. I'll find it, don't worry.
I still like you, Buck.
Oh, it doesn't mean we don't like you. I really like you. This just means that we're friends. Where are we going here?
We are 1 point away, by the way. Most points that Saban's allowed at Bama.
What's his
You know what game that
handle?
is?
What's Buckland's handle? Yeah, it was the Buck stuff. I don't follow him. Oh, here it is. Boom.
Tua going big.
He's gonna have to. Okay, now listen. We're in like,
Sad elephant.
yeah. This is amazing. First of all, Michael Buckland's like his picture is him and Allen Iverson. What are we doing? What are we doing,
AI,
Buck?
the answer.
All right, let's tweet him out.
Can we tweet at Iverson? Get him involved? I think Iverson's got a Twitter handle.
Practice.
Whew, 3rd and 10 already.
All right. All right. I want to know on my Twitter, is this an indictment? Because all you SEC honks out there, and you know who you are, every game is an indictment of your conference, of the other conferences, right? Purdue gets shelled, and that's an indictment of Ohio State.
Yep.
Well, your best two teams just got drilled in the postseason. So is that an indictment of the conference?
Oh, we got him.
Oh, Judy. It's a little life.
Haven't seen him in a while.
Where you been, Judy?
Where are you? Logan on Twitter says, watching Joel chastise a tiger for using a kettlebell wrong has been the high point of this season. I agree, Logan. I absolutely agree. I felt like the kettlebells were weak. I don't want to. Was that wrong?
They
of me?
look good. They look good.
Mine or his?
Yours.
Thank
I mean, his were terrible, but
Gotta use your hips.
you know.
Here we go. Let's do some. Listen, when Gus and I get into a blowout, you got to start using your filler mode, right?
True.
So let's have an entertaining discussion here. Let's start with top 5 coaches of, do you want to do the modern era?
let's do modern.
Let's do the modern
Mine's more
era.
fun.
Modern era. So that does not count Bud Wilkinson or anything like that, right? Okay, so 5, I'm going to go 5 down to 1. Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, his record is ridiculously good, right? I mean, he's won over, what, 85% of his games? 90%? No, isn't it 95%? He's like third in the history of college football, and he's done it at every single place. He won at Bowling Green. He won at Utah. He won at Florida. He won huge at Ohio State. He's 7-0 against Michigan. Number 5 is Urban Meyer. Number 4, and this hurts being a kid from Colorado who rooted for the Buffs his entire life, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Tom Osborne. Tom Osborne was ridiculous. Did you know that Tom Osborne never, ever in his coaching career won less than 9 games? Staggering fact for Tom Osborne. Number 3, Bobby Bowden. I'm pretty sure you guys are looking at a graphic, and so you don't need my scribbles on the board, but I'm just going to keep doing it because it's awesome. And why? I mean, we have this board, you know, and this cool brown marker. Bobby Bowden is number 3 because he finished in the top 4 14 straight years. Pretty incredible, right? Does anyone disagree? Let's start throwing out here comments. Twitter, come on, Facebook. I want to hear your comments right now. All you Sooner fans. Where's Switzer? Where's Wilkinson? I told you Wilkinson's not in the modern era. Where's Switzer? Where's Stoops? Not on this list. Bob Stoops. I love Bob Stoops. But here's the problem. And I actually thought about Stoops when I was creating this list. The problem is he lost to Meyer specifically in a national championship game. And he doesn't have the winning percentage. Meyer has more national championships. Stoops is right there, I'm telling you, but I couldn't do it. All right. 2, the Bear. 1, can I do it after this?
It's still true. It's still
I did this before the game. Is it?
Yeah.
I said Saban. You know what, though? I got to change this.
Flipping them?
You can't show up in a national championship game and have the worst coach game that you've had in 10 years. Right?
Yeah.
Listen, Bama fans are going to be good. I mean, Pete was there. He was like a flash compared to these guys have had like longevity, right? I mean, Pete was right there as well. Pete won national championships, but he really had one pocket of players that was dominant. He never won another national championship with another pocket of players, whereas Saban has won national championships with cycles of players. Bear won cycles of players. Bowden won cycles of players. Osborne cycles of players. Meyer, all the different schools, so that's why Pete wasn't on the list. I thought about it. I'm not just like leaving Pete. There was reasons why this was happening.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch it. So Bear is number 1 after tonight, and Saban's number 2. And like 6 is like Stoops. And then like 7 is Pete, and then 8 is Dabo.
I was gonna say, where's Dabo now?
Dabo, you're creeping,
He's
man.
already
You're
like-
creeping on Pete. What? And then Saban is like, he's like, stock is down, but that's actually up. But you get it because I'm counting down. So stock. Oh, you get what I'm trying to go with that.
Alabama inside the 10.
I don't know if it matters, Steve. They're down 4 scores.
Not great. They're close. Getting there.
Last time they were in the red zone, they failed. If they go to the Wildcat and don't pass, Saban goes to 3.
We're on the 1-yard line. You could very well see it soon.
Do I need to write it again? Bowden goes to 2. If they go to Wildcat,
Let's do some live updates throughout the fourth quarter.
live
Let's
standings.
start shifting this thing around.
Steve's a soccer fan. He's been teaching me all
I
about
do
it.
like my live standings.
Live
It's
standings.
true.
By the way, I know people are like, well, where's your beloved Harbaugh? Not on the list.
No, he doesn't have the.
Right.
Got to at least have a title to be anywhere close, right?
They're going Wildcat. I'm telling you.
It's
Saban's
coming.
about to move to 3rd. Guys, no, I'm sorry. I can't handle a question. We have a live shift in the greatest of all time rankings happening before our eyes.
3 play calls. We'll move you.
That's
up and
right.
down.
That's right. Nobody is watching this with more bated breath than Bobby Bowden. is about to move to number 2. Nope, they didn't go to Wildcat. Saban holds on to his position.
Oh,
But they don't get it,
Oh.
so
here we go, 4th down.
another fourth,
Again.
a third 4th down, and he's going down.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. I gotta tell you, this is kind of more fun than doing the actual game. Can you imagine, like up in the booth with Gus? I was like, oh, Gus, if they go for it again, Urban's down on the list.
Think the budget will give us a nice big white
Yeah,
ball?
yeah, yeah.
He's that.
Didn't think you'd see kettlebell swings and live standings of all-time lists tonight, did you? You're welcome, Caffeine TV.
Is that where Bobby Bowden's watching?
Bobby Bowden's
Probably
definitely on
watching,
Caffeine TV with his granddaughter.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
Live standing update!
This does not look good. Oh. Oh.
1. Wait, I gotta change the order because I was all screwed up. So 1, Bear. 2, Bowden. 3, Saban. Trending down. 4, who was 4? I forgot. Osborne. He's also watching Caffeine right now. He's like, I am 1 4th down failed attempt from Alabama being from number 3. Can you believe it? This is the stance when you get lower right here. Then you got Herbs. 6, who was 6? Stoops. Stoops, 7's Pete. 7.5 is Dabo. 1 more 4th down away. He's trending up.
If Saban's going down.
Standings. Live standings. This is happening. This is happening. Live all-time ranks. Where are they going to end up? Where are they going to end up? Janko, are we going to have the mascots fight?
There's nothing else.
All right. All right.
We will break the internet tonight. Congratulations, everyone. We're going to have mascots fighting live. Nothing could go wrong. There's no HR issues there.
None.
We only belittled Connor for his kettlebell swings. Pretty sure I'm going to get called in tomorrow for that. And now we're going to have him fight an elephant with a glove that's too small. This seems like a really bad idea. New idea. In 2 drives, tell your friends right now on social media, if Alabama does not score, Connor gets to hit Ben in the stomach. Old-fashioned toughness style. But if Bama gets a turnover or scores within 2 drives, then Ben gets to hit Connor, even though he's going to win the national championship? Yep, because it's the internet. Old school hit in the stomach style, right? We can do this, right, Janko? If any of my bosses are watching and you think this is a bad idea, text me. My phone's right over there. Bama's got to have a left-hand glove because they're getting run. This is going to be awesome. Told you we would have a little fun in the second half. Who needs a good game? Okay.
This is a little unreal, though, right?
Yeah, I think this margin, but if you were to tell me, because I thought these teams were pretty evenly matched, right?
Right.
I thought it'd be a close game. And if you were going to tell me Alabama was going to have a fake field goal foiled, 3 4th down attempts not succeed, and 2 turnovers, I'd be like, oh, Clemson's going to beat them pretty bad.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening. Right? Is there anyone we're missing on the modern, by the way, coaching? Like, is anyone going to throw their hat in the ring for Paterno? I suggest not.
Paterno and Spurrier.
I'm sorry, who?
Spurrier.
No. I mean, HBC is good, but who are you putting Spurrier ahead of up there? And I just can't with Paterno. I just can't. I'm sorry.
Can we go like Schembechler? Is that too far?
I would probably say Woody before Bo.
Yeah.
Jimmy just was
Yeah,
so
it
quick,
wasn't that
right?
long,
I mean, it
yeah.
was just like.
No.
Did someone say Jimbo? Leave the room. Oh, it was actually from you.
All right, you
You're
can
not
stay.
reading a
You can
comment? Okay, our director has to stay.
All right.
But if you were thinking it, you leave the room. Oh my goodness.
Are you now accepting questions and comments?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Comment.
Oh wait, sorry. My phone just buzzed, so I think a boss may have just
Let's
texted.
see how high up the food chain
Let's
is coming
see.
from.
Let's
So
see.
do that first,
Let's see here.
back to this, if you're still employed.
No bosses. We're still on.
All right. Okay.
Punch him in the stomach. I don't remember what the parameters are, but I'm pretty sure the elephant's going to get punched. Aaron says, SEC, SEC, crying, laughing face, crying, laughing face, crying, laughing face. I think there's a lot of people like that, in particular out of the ACC. Crying emoji. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Joel, will the Pac-12 compete for a national title? Like just in ever?
No, when. That should say when.
Oh, when will the Pac-12? Gonna be a while.
Who's got the best shot?
Like in this lifetime, you think?
Yeah, maybe in this lifetime. Who's got the best shot? Colorado.
All right.
I don't know about
Buffs.
that. I still think Washington probably, because they're the only team that has a defensive line that can go and at least compete with other top teams in the country.
Yeah.
They signed a great defensive line. I think they're going to improve offensively. The problem with USC is they're the team that you would probably say, hey, they've got the best shot, right? Historically, just the way they can recruit.
Yep.
They're just so soft at the line of scrimmage. They're going to need a whole cycle or two of offensive and defensive linemen to like really compete at the highest level. And by the way, I've heard today from two really high-level sources that Cliff Kingsbury is going to accept the Arizona job. Now I'm not reporting that. I'm just saying I've heard that, which means that USC would be losing their offensive coordinator. Oh, another question. Look at this.
Just a comment.
Make the Tiger do burpees next.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Why did we not think of that? In fact, here's what we're going to do. Because who knows, it might get sloppy and no one will score or anything. But here's what we're going to do. After the tiger punches the elephant, then the tiger has to do burpees.
Okay. Let's see what else the Tiger will do.
You mean the elephant?
The elephant should have to do something.
Yeah, it's like punishment for being so bad.
Yeah.
I still feel like we should punch the tiger for some reason. His poor performance on the kettlebell swings. I mean, what did Ben do wrong, really? I mean, he's sitting here.
He put on the wrong suit.
Yeah, you did. Who assigned you that? Thanks a lot, Kristen Scott. At Kristen_Scott. I don't know what your handle is. Is that Kristen_Scott on Twitter? Did anyone throw anything at Buckland? I tweeted it out at him. Oh, look at some of these comments right now. Joseph on my Twitter. You can follow me at Joel Klatt. You can throw questions my way. He says, Nick Saban is making Charlie Strong look good. That's a good Twitter comment. I appreciate some good snark. There's no doubt about that. Nathan says, Switzer at 9? I think we're getting into
okay with
Switzer
that. I'm okay with that.
territory.
Yeah.
We're probably getting into Switzer territory, right? We're
Yeah.
getting into
Goes about right.
we're getting into Switzer. We're getting into Paterno. We're getting into
I mean, if you wanted to throw
Spurrier,
Schembechler and Hayes in there,
Hayes.
you know.
I think Hayes probably. I would say Switzer. Then if I was making I think the next guy is Switzer,
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
and I might be a prisoner of the moment with Dabo right now.
But he'll have 2 titles, a bunch of playoffs.
Donald says, "Hey, do you remember when you said this was going to be a good matchup? I didn't really realize that we were
take.
going to. Yeah, I mean, sorry, I didn't know that Bama was going to get shut down on 4th down
Hey,
3
idiot.
times.
How come you didn't predict Clemson by 30?
Hey, Joel Klatt, you suck. Touche.
Alan on Facebook wants to
I really don't have one.
In honor of that and Gus not moving.
You gotta channel it. That's just not something you can throw out there. You know, it's not like an accent or anything.
Right.
Yeah. Got to have quarterback change. Jalen Hurts is in, which basically means Clemson is your national champion. Not that Jalen's bad. I mean, this feels like. All right.
Out of answers.
Here's what I'll do. It's not an impersonation of Gus. I'm going to give you my favorite Gus Johnson call that I've been a part of.
Okay.
All right. Are we all ready for that?
We're ready. We're locked in.
All right. As Hurts gets sacked.
Turns out that D-line's pretty good.
Mayfield, looking to his right. Hollywood! Hollywood! Touchdown! Who is this guy? Where'd he come from? That was it.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Sorry, Gus.
Pretty good.
I don't do you justice. My man, thank you for making an appearance. That's my man right there. That was my favorite one of all time, was the Hollywood.
That's a pretty good one. Let me throw this at you. I'm seeing some odds out there for next year already.
Okay.
There's a few that might interest you. Alabama.
All right.
Alabama's still the favorite next
Odds
year.
for next year. Here's why they're probably odds-on favorite. Their offense is going to be incredible. Clemson, even if they win tonight, is going to lose basically their entire defensive line.
Yep.
So it's just not a proven deal. They're going to have all their wide receivers back, Bama. They're going to have Tua back. They're going to have any number of running backs back. They're going to have to retool a little bit on the offensive line, a little bit on the defensive line, but it's not like they have wholesale changes like Clemson. And Clemson and Alabama are clearly the top two. If I'm looking to next year, I would also give the nod as my favorite to Bama for next year, even after this game. I think it's closer after this game, but yeah.
A few names in here that might prick your ears.
This is from who? Bovada?
This is from Jeff Sherman, I believe.
Superbook.
Superbook.
Okay, Superbook.
That seems crazy.
Right now, with the 7th best odds in the country, right? Is that what he's saying, or is he just listing?
That is what he's saying.
7th best odds in the country, tied with Washington and Florida and Notre Dame at 25 to 1. You ready for this? Nebraska. Watch out. I'm not saying that's from me. That's from Sportsbook USA.
Yeah.
The 7th best
And
odds.
you and I really like what's happening over there.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Nebraska. The second half of their season was really good. They've got a young quarterback. I'm a big fan of Scott Frost. Steve, they were 1-5 in one-possession games. Mm-hmm. It's similar to Texas. I don't know if they'll take a jump quite like that.
Yeah.
But Texas last year was really bad in one-possession games.
Yep.
Fourth quarter games. Now all of a sudden they turn that around. What happens? 10 wins, and they destroyed Michael Buckland's Georgia team in the Sugar Bowl.
Yep. You know what I think is the next step for Texas? They need to start blowing teams out. They still don't blow anybody out.
I think you have to blow teams out in college in order to go 12-1 because it's just too hard physically. It's not like that's why the NFL the best team loses 2 games.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's a grind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is you're spot on. Don't call you the best researcher in the land for nothing, Steve. John. Oh, John at Birdie Bowl. John, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well. He says, Joel, you're in rare form tonight. Well, someone's got to be because the game is not. Hey, Klatt, how you feeling about that prediction right now? You're the worst.
Yes, though.
Oh, just the worst. Okay. We're getting really close to the elephant getting punched.
The main
guys.
attraction?
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't heard, invite your friends.
Yeah.
You all right with this, Ben? Just an old school, gut punch? I tell you what, let's do, before we get into that, next commercial break is going to be the gut punch. The elephant's getting punched. Right now, and I want all of your feedback right now, so throw it. I want rank your Power 5 leagues now that Clemson has handled Alabama in the national championship game. 1 to 5, rank your Power 5 conferences. All right, Steve.
Yep.
Interactive. You're gonna have to be a part of this with me. I want you get number 5.
Okay.
This is easy. This is a trick question. It's very easy.
Conference?
Yeah.
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, and he got it, folks. The Pac-12 was not good this year. Not good this year. Okay, number 4. Also a trick question. I'm going to take this one. Here's the deal. I get being rated just by your best team. I get it. And that's what everyone from the ACC is going to want to do. But everyone in that league outside of Clemson it was bad, man.
Yep.
It was bad all year. Weren't we looking at teams all year long like, hey, can we please get Syracuse outside of the top 15? Can we get North Carolina State?
You know who's feeling pretty good, though, right now?
Syracuse?
Syracuse.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Gave Clemson the best game this year.
That's a good point. I'm going ACC was number 4.
Yeah. Top to bottom.
Don't at me.
Yeah.
Is that what the kids say? Don't at me? Is that like get off of me?
Yeah.
What does that translate to? Don't at me.
What do you
Just
say?
that? Don't at me?
Don't mention me in the comments.
Don't mention me in the comments, yo.
What about
All right.
caffeine? Is that what they say on caffeine?
Is that what they say on caffeine? So as Clemson's trying to eke out from their own goal line here, got the game kind of in hand. Number 3, I would go Big Ten. The middle of the league just disappointed so badly in bowl season.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you like that?
Big 12's got it. Yeah. Yep. I'm good with that. There's it had a very clear top 2 this year, and then a bit of a muddle.
All right, this is where I'm going.
Okay. A lot of what the SEC was built on was the invincibility of this team.
Of not only that team, but Georgia, right?
Georgia.
Oh, the two best.
Yep.
So I get it. Here's where you're going to have a problem is that you had Florida and LSU handle their business in the bowl season.
True.
And then Alabama beat Oklahoma. So
True.
the best team out of that conference is better than the best team here. But the second place team is better here than they are here. And you have Oklahoma State beating Missouri. The Big 12 was 3-1 against the SEC in bowl season. So now I think this is tough, right? I think this is tough. And even if you want to include that, I think that it's tough to rank those 3, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And it depends what you care about, right?
Because the Big Ten, I think, did a nice job against the Big 12 this year. But this game right here is just telling for me. Georgia got thumped.
Is this game more damning than the Georgia loss?
I think they're both equally damning.
Okay.
In particular, like getting handled.
Yeah.
Because the Georgia score with Texas was way closer than the game indicated.
Definitely.
I mean,
Texas blew them out in that game.
Yeah, they blew them out.
Yeah.
And Texas didn't blow anybody out, which
Right.
is what
Yeah,
you were
true.
just talking
Right.
about. I mean, they didn't blow anybody out,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they're running Georgia, who was the 4th best team in the country. Remember that whole argument? So that's where I'm going.
Gotcha.
Look at this. Has Saban's team quit?
Is Clemson going to hang 50 on Saban?
My buddy said, I'll be your boss. Please don't have him punch the elephant. Sorry, that's happening. I mean, is this going to happen? We're not going to get a call, are we? I mean, we can blame it on Janko. Ben,
we have them sign a
I'm on
waiver
your
or something?
side. I'm on your
You
side.
guys will sign a waiver, right?
Here's the deal. All right. At Joel Klatt on Twitter right now, I need a vote. Who wants us to do the right thing versus who wants us to have the elephant get punched? A Twitter vote
put a
right
poll
now.
up?
Yeah,
Can we do
let's
a
do
poll?
it. That's right. That's right.
Here's what I want to see a poll. Elephant punches tiger, tiger punches elephant, or no punch.
I don't think I can do that.
Okay, put who do you want to get punched? Question mark.
Okay.
Comment for Tiger. Comment Tiger for Tiger. Comment elephant for elephant.
Can we start something like hashtag elephant punch?
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Go to my Twitter right now. Who would you rather see take a gut punch tonight live? Elephant, tiger.
I think these guys better get on their phones pretty quick.
Yeah, you guys better start calling people to get to my Twitter. All right, and the poll length is going to be...
Quick.
Yeah, it's going to be...
5 minutes?
5 minutes. This is a 5-minute poll, and go. Everyone... Oh, my goodness, Tori's back there getting after it right now.
Seeing a lot of tiger punch votes coming in from that side of the room.
Tiger, 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 tiger. Oh, who do you want to get
Nice.
punched?
Fancy.
Tiger, elephant. I love this. I just want to know how many votes we're going to get, because that's also fun. Punch, no question. Isn't punching the elephant the right thing to do?
33 votes already.
33. I love it.
All right, I'm going to get my vote in here.
Leo on Twitter says Colin Coward. I like that, Leo.
All right.
Joel get punched. It's not part of the Twitter poll.
All right. I'm piling on.
Overwhelming.
That is a lopsided vote count. Keep those votes coming. Keep them coming.
Oh, this is so good. This is really good. Ben, it doesn't look good for you right now. With 561 votes in, 86% say elephant.
Oh, no. I really don't like the elephant. Man.
Oh, this is good. No, this was definitely not
Man.
predictable.
Was this in the rundown? Was this in the original rundown?
Oh my goodness. This is good. This is good. By the way, the law of polling means that these percentages are not going to change.
Oh, I would probably not be
Don't
doing
fight
this.
for extra yards. You're going to
Just
break
go down.
something.
Just go down.
Clay Travis, touche. You know, Steve on Twitter brings up an excellent point. He says, can't be the elephant because, and then he does the Simpsons gif, stop, he's already dead. Excellent point. Excellent point. Way to go. Oh, man. All right. Here we go, folks. You better invite your friends right now. Text people.
Oh, man.
You're about to see an elephant take a gut punch.
Need a dramatic comeback from Tiger real fast. Oh, man.
1,152 votes, 85% elephant. I mean, this is like a landslide. This is like Reagan winning re-election with 49 states. Yes, I'm an electoral college nerd. So.
Man.
All these young kids are looking around like, what is he talking about? Commercial time!
Oh,
I
boy.
think it's time for the punch or the arm wrestle.
Oh, whoa. We
Might have to.
No.
I mean,
Did we get a call?
we said, we,
All right.
I wanted right up here by the board. All right, hold on.
Am I really punching Ben?
I accept.
Yes, you are. I feel really bad. He does sit up some like.
I want everyone to know that's ever going to watch this, I accept zero responsibility for what's about to happen. Joel Klatt, signing out.
Wait, how hard am I going here?
Ask Jenko, he's the executive.
Well, 80%.
Solid haymaker. Just go for it. Fight that, man. Don't go soft.
Listen, we're going to get booed off the internet.
Come on, Connor.
All right.
Let's get that
You know
tiger
what?
angry.
You know what? I know how to fix this. Al, excellent job. You took that like a champ. Let me see that glove. Let me see that glove. Tiger, you've got 44 burpees. Yes, all the way down, all the way up. Count them up. Who wants to get the tiger to throw up in his mask?
Can we go overhead shot?
I can't. He's not in it.
Is it better back here?
Overhead? Yeah, we got it. All right.
Can we pick it up a little bit, Tiger?
There's no way he's doing 44.
That would be a fitting end to this night.
Okay.
What are we on? It's like 12. Oh, man.
Poor
All
tiger.
right,
This poor
new
tiger.
game. Tiger, catch this football
Oh, God.
with your mask on. It's going to be great. Tiger.
Don't show your face, tiger.
By the way, Tiger won the national championship, and he's just getting destroyed
Great night.
right now.
Great night for the tiger.
See what happens when you don't punch the elephant? Do you see what happens, Tiger? Oh, my goodness.
Is that a skinned knee? What happened?
Yes, it is. Is that sweat on your knee, or are you bleeding? Oh, oh my gosh. 2,300 votes for the elephant.
Emphatic. Emphatic. Oh.
Oh. All right, Steve, we're going to go to the, right after this game, we're going to go to the way too early
Top 10?
top 10
All right.
for next year. Do you have those in order? No. Awesome. I've got it right here. Let's just start it. The last minute 30 here.
We're running out the clock right now.
Do you want me to move this? Do you want me to move this chair?
Yeah.
Let's move this chair. All right, folks, way too early, top 10 for 2019. This has just been a mauling, by the way. All right, at number 10, I debated Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M, Steve, is going to be really good.
Yep,
Here's
I agree.
why I left Texas A&M
Okay.
out. What do you need me to do, guys?
Pull that to the left.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Not very.
Everyone watching is like, is this really happening? Yeah, all of it has happened. Tiger took one in the face. In the face! Okay, I didn't put Texas A&M on there, by the way, just because their schedule is going to be really difficult. They've got to go to Clemson. They've got to finish out the season back-to-back against Georgia and LSU. They're going to have Alabama on that schedule,
Yeah.
so that's why I think they're going to be really good, but I could see them being a 9-3 team. Even if they win one of those games, it can be 9-3 and not in the top 10. So as Clemson wins their second national championship under Dabo Swinney, I start at number 10 with Michigan. Right in your hand. There we are. Yes. Okay, Michigan's going to be number 10. Obviously, they've got a lot to fix on the offensive side and a lot to replace on the defensive side. I think it could be an interesting showdown at quarterback between Joe Milton, Dylan McCaffrey, and Shea Patterson. That's not a surefire deer for Patterson. Number 9 is going to be Florida. Because they beat them in the bowl game, Florida starts ahead of Michigan. I like what Felipe Franks did. Dan Mullen takes that team from just averaging over 20 points per game to in the mid-30s. So offensively, they did take a nice big jump. And then their defense got better by about 5 points. 8, Notre Dame. Steve had a little disagreement with this at 8, didn't you, Steve?
I'm hesitant. I think they could fall off.
Dexter Williams,
Yeah.
lost
Boykin. He's
offensive
going to the
lineman.
draft.
Boykin's going to the draft. The defensive back,
Love.
Young, Love. Yeah,
Yeah.
Love. Interesting. I still think Notre Dame, they're, 22-4 in the last 2 years.
Couple
It's
years,
a good
yeah.
team.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to be in there. Okay, number 7, Oregon. I think Oregon is going to be number 7. We don't even have an Oregon. That's how bad you were this year, Oregon. Let's do this. They're close. You're close up there. Geographically. Geographically, you're close. We'll just leave them off here. Oregon's going to be number 7. Is Oregon behind the, yeah, maybe, no, Arizona State. Okay, Georgia is number 6. Even though you got handled by Texas, Georgia is number 6. I love what Georgia's done on the recruiting trail. They're a really good football team. I think that they're going to bounce back after that game, and they're going to have a lot to prove after the way that they finished the season, losing in the SEC championship game and then losing in the bowl game. At number 5, I've got OU. OU is going to have a lot to retool with, in particular on the offensive line, but I think OU is not going to have a stark drop-off at quarterback, in part because Lincoln Riley takes any quarterback that he has and has a lot of success with them.
Yep.
They're going to have to replace a lot of offensive linemen, but they're pretty good at running back. They're really good at wide receiver, plus they're going to have like 3 of the top recruits in the country coming in at wide receiver. Next, I've got Ohio State. Ohio State with Fields, depending on whether he's going to be active or not based on that transfer waiver, we'll see. Ohio State, I think, could be better on the defensive side. I really like the hires that they made at the coordinator position, and we'll see how Ryan Day handles it. A lot of pressure in that program because Urban Meyer set the bar awful high. Number 3, Texas. Texas, I believe in you, in part because I really believe in your quarterback. This was really more of a quarterback ranking than it was anything else for me, Steve, because I love Ellinger so much. Yeah. Todd Orlando is really good. They seem to have that physical presence about them. They're going to have Colin Johnson back. If Lil Jordan Humphrey comes back, then we'll see.
They got Stearns. They got those young safeties.
Young safeties, the Keontae Ingram, the running back. Their best offensive lineman is back, even though they're going to have to replace, I think, 3 guys up front. But Cosme, the right tackle, he's going to be back.
Yeah.
And then defensively, I just like what they do. They're fast, they're long, they get after the quarterback. Number 2 is going to be, I feel bad putting them number 2 after this. Should I switch them?
You can switch them.
I mean, Trevor's back.
Trevor's back.
Bama's 2.
Bama's 2.
I was going to go the opposite way, but that was a beat down tonight. A beat down. And that could linger. I'm not saying that it's going to. I'm not saying anything's over for Alabama. I'm just saying like that could linger a little bit, right? So Clemson proved that they are an incredible team. That's a good program. They're going to have to replace guys up front, but Dabo has been very public about saying he's got great young players on the defensive line that he thinks are going to be as good or better than this group in the coming future.
That's why I feel good about Clemson is they're recruiting at the level where they can just reload.
Yeah.
Like they're at reload
like
level.
Bama.
They're
like
at Bama right now.
And they're going to have the best quarterback in the country.
Yep.
I think Trevor's the best quarterback in the country, so that's where we're going. Clemson's number 1. So there is my top 10 early, way too early top 10 for next season. You can at me on that. I'd love to hear your thoughts. First blush, I probably have Oregon a little high and Texas a little high. Oregon certainly, because Texas proved that they can beat Georgia. They're going to start up there, and we'll see about Michigan. I might be a little high on those teams. I think Florida could start a little higher than that. Notre Dame might start a little bit lower. You're going to have Texas A&M. That's a team that's going to get a lot of run, and LSU. Those are 2 teams that probably will start in the top 10 in the AP, but I'm going to have them just outside, or not Florida, LSU and Texas A&M just outside of that top 10. So there you go. Where are your problems with that, Steve?
I like it. One team that I would throw in the mix here towards the bottom of the 10. How do you feel about Washington?
Let me tell you how I feel about Washington. About how they played in the Rose Bowl. That's how I feel about Washington. They were in the mix. I'm being a little facetious here. Yep. They were in the mix for Michigan. So when I got down to 9 and 10, I was looking at Florida, Michigan, Texas A&M, LSU, Washington, and then the other team was Utah. that I was kind of creeping into that discussion at that point. Ultimately, I just felt like Washington has too much to prove because of the way the Pac-12 played, because of the way their offense played in big moments outside of the late in that game in the Rose Bowl. They're going to have to replace their quarterback. So there was more questions for me than these teams up here, but Washington certainly was a team that I considered up there. I considered LSU was a team that I considered. I think UCF is going to get a lot of votes up there. So we'll see what happens with the preseason. But there you go, way too early. Now what we're going to have to start talking about, though, is the legacy for Dabo Swinney, right? So Dabo now has beaten Nick Saban twice for a national championship. He has built a program that was not a historical powerhouse into what is now, I would consider it, it was just Alabama, and now it is, Alabama's going to have to go knock the champs off.
Yep.
Right?
The
bottom line is the last 2 times these teams have met for a championship, Clemson has won.
Yep. Yeah, I think there's a clear line, top 2 right now.
Yeah.
But for a while there, it was a clear 1. And Dabo's created a clear 2 now.
Definitely a clear 2. I think that this guy has put himself in the mix as one of the better coaches, and I actually really like where I had him. He's right now in that Pete Carroll conversation. He's building a lot like what Pete built at USC, a dominant program in college football. Clearly the dominant program in the ACC. Their schedule outside of A&M is really weak next year, so it's not like they're not going to lose many games. They're just not. They're going to be right back in the playoff. I almost guarantee it. I guarantee it more so than Bama because of the fact
much easier path
that LSU, Texas A&M are better. Georgia is there. So Bama has a tougher path to the playoff. This team is going to be back. There's no doubt.
And Dabo's run is starting to stretch out now.
Yeah, now you get 2 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, and we're getting 6-7 years almost now.
He had success with, why am I blanking his name? The kid right before Deshaun Watson. Anyways, he started to have success. He built it. Then he gets Watson, takes the next step, and now he's continued it. It'll be interesting because this defensive line has been there, though, for both of these championships. It's been these kids. So now he's going to have to retool on that side of thing. I don't think this impacts Nick Saban's legacy at all. Very similar.
You just dropped him like 3 spots in the power rankings while we were watching the game.
The power rankings, those were very official. They were very official. No, in all seriousness, he's going to go down as one of the greatest, right? I think he's going to be considered one of, if not the greatest. This, to me, is very similar to Belichick and Brady losing a Super Bowl.
Sure.
You kind of are like, hey, you get there enough and it's bound to happen.
Ridiculous that you're there every year.
Exactly. So that's kind of his, like, he's one of the best ever. This program is still on a run that is unprecedented in the history of college football, and they're going to be back. They're going to be the top 2 next year, and it's going to take an upset to prevent us from seeing Clemson, Bama 5.
Totally. I totally agree. We will see these 2 teams in the 4. Maybe they get matched up with each other earlier in the final, but there's no indication that these 2 will not be here again next year.
This was fun.
It was fun.
College football season has come to an end, and that makes me very sad. I love college football, right? College football is amazing. Quickly, I want to take a moment to thank our whole team here, not just for tonight, but all season long. Okay, so we have a really dedicated crew, not only on the road when we're doing games, but all of the digital producers, all the digital crew that puts together all these videos, edits all the videos, interact with you on social media, and we have one of the most loyal social media followings because of our crew and what they do and how they do it. So led by Kristen Scott, everybody in this room, you guys have done a phenomenal job all season long. I really, really appreciate it from me, and I know all of us out on the road appreciate everything that you guys have been able to do. So thank you very much. All the fans that interact with us, watch our videos like Clapback and the monologues and all the different things that we put out there. we love doing it because of you. We love the interaction. We love the snarkiness. College football is the greatest sport in the world. I love it more than anything outside of my family and my faith, obviously. But I love college football, and I love that you love it as well. So we could not be more appreciative of what you guys do interacting with us. It's been a phenomenal season. We can't wait for next year. Hopefully we're going to be even bigger and better and have more ways that you can interact with us about this sport that we love in the coming years. So that'll do it for this season. Thank you for watching. Folks, have a really safe night and a happy, happy off season. Enjoy it. I've got a tea time tomorrow. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Thanks, bud.
Yep,
Appreciate it.
it's fun.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.